Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Walmsley and I'm the Head of Alliances here at Centiq. I'm here today with Matt Lovell, our CEO, and we're going to talk a little bit about our partner ecosystem and more specifically our relationship with Dell Technologies.
Indeed, yeah. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for joining the team.
Very welcome.
Thank you for making it such a raving success as well. So delighted to have Rebecca and the team on board. But it's really important to both Centiq and our customers, you know, the partnership ecosystem that we're building out and continue to strengthen. And again, the journey for many of the customers with those partners is 3, 4, 5 years or even more, which is why that partnership and the duration of that partnership is so important, isn't it? And I guess we've put so much emphasis, you know, on selecting the right partners. You know, 10 years ago, deploying the first SAP HANA solutions in the UK, there were 4 options for customers. There's 22,000 plus now, isn't there? And it's helping customers really distill that down, you know, using our expertise, using that partnership ecosystem, because I guess there's key parts, isn't there, in terms of how Dell supports us.
There is. I mean, Centiq, as you well know, has always been a really partner-friendly organisation anyway, but 2 years ago, you and the powers that be made the decision to consciously invest a little bit more in our technical vendors and our complementary solution partners as well. And Head of Alliances role was created. Here I am. And you tasked me with kind of building on and amplifying our partner ecosystem more than it ever had been before. We've worked really hard over the past couple of years, not just me, the rest of the team as well, in kind of building up really powerful alliances, I think, that enable us to deliver the best possible SAP HANA solutions to our customer base, and also heavily training, developing and certifying our own team within that vendor selection set as well, so they can then in turn deliver all that knowledge and good stuff to our customers. We kind of opted for Dell as our on-premise infrastructure partner of choice, I guess.
And I think it's really important to say here, I think, you know, we work with all the technologies on all the platforms, so we have a unique customer perspective as trusted advisor to say we work with a technology which we know the best technologies. We know the technologies and the platforms that give the best customer experience over the life cycle. So it's not just about the procurement phase we're talking about. This is
end-to-end journey.
Business critical applications running on this platform, running hot, running 24 hours a day. So that's why Dell
has always been a strong contender for us, hasn't it?
Absolutely. You know, and it's building that relationship, you know, between Dell, you know, our fulfillment partner, and obviously the wider ecosystem. You know, that is so intrinsic to the value that we then deliver to the customer for their investment.
Dell were on the agenda with Centiq way before kind of I came along. But and we've seen real value, I guess, in that partnership. Otherwise, you know, we wouldn't have extended it the way we have. But their portfolio around SAP HANA is really strong and broad in terms of, you know, the solution set that we can share and promote within our customer base. And our expertise combined with their technology has led us to really being able to deliver some truly strong kind of propositions to our customers, hasn't it? It's been really good, and they've also given us proven reliability and also a solid support function on the other side of the sale, which is really important.
And I think, you know, for us, you know, we're a team of experts across the appliances or the hyperscaler platform in terms of Microsoft Azure. You know, in the operating system, and obviously there's 2 choices for SAP HANA on the appliance vendor, and there are a multitude of choices for Dell in terms of the R8X series, the R9X series, and all the converged infrastructure that will then support both memory offloading and loading, and the wider network connectivity to the SAP solutions. But then you've then got all the SAP community as well, and Dell works extremely closely with SAP and Waldorf to build out, to test that platform. And it's the clarity and roadmap that enables us, with your help, to actually build out the certification program. So we are absolute experts in, you know, the Dell technologies with that operating system configuration, with that HANA configuration, with that SAP configuration, with the managed services for the life cycle, and that is the customer experience, isn't it?
And I think over and above the technology as well, commercially, they're a pleasure to work with. For us, you know, we find real value in a vendor being partner friendly, and they always have been, from as far as I can tell. And we've built some great relationships, haven't we? Not just with, you know, the sales team we work with on deals or the technical experts, but also director level and our SAP counterparts over in Europe, who.
But it's making it easy for all of us. You know, I think the customer experience is massively enhanced by the fact that you've got that ease of engagement through there. You know, through that life cycle, not just in the procurement phase, but how the roadmap is clear to a customer, the aftercare support that they get once they've made that investment, when they want to add to that SAP platform. Every customer's SAP platform is growing, whether it's scale up or scale out. You know, how they're transitioning, and particularly with the recent SAP announcements, extending the life of ECC. It's another consideration for customers to say, do we actually re-platform SAP as it is, you know, and work towards a business case for S4 in the future? What are the options available to us? How does that, you know, consolidate? And I guess the bit that we really need to explore is actually how we leverage all the benefits of hybrid topologies for customers. You know, with the Dell solutions that we've got.
Well, I think SAP, as far as we're concerned, again, another one of the contributing reasons that, you know, we work so heavily with them, their enablement. They've just recently announced a new program, their Think Tomorrow for SAP program. It was announced over in the States last week. That kind of ease of enablement that they give us as well, to be able to communicate the things we've just discussed, the roadmap, etc., etc. It just helps, doesn't it?
It does, because you know, if you're a customer and you're looking at the options with the SAP announcement, you know, in terms of potential hardware or platform refresh or expansion, you want that certainty. You know, because this is 5 years. It's not 2 or 3 years. This is 5 years or more. This is a mission critical, business critical application set for the business, as it is. You know, from the migration all the way through to obviously the journey that you're going to go on to actually manage that platform over time, and it's having the certainty from the enablement all the way through the journey.
Speaking of certainty, we obviously, over 2018-19, we've earned our stripes when it comes to Dell. We rubber stamped our partnership with them back in 2018, which, as I'm sure you'll remember, meant some investment from us in terms of time to certify our marketing team, our sales team, and also our tech team. And then 2019 brought about bit of an elevation, I guess, in terms of our partnership, with us being onboarded as a Dell services partner, which for me was quite a big achievement. You know, it absolutely stamps their seal of approval on the work we've done, and the fact that they're prepared to put, you know, Centiq's name on Dell paper and sell us onto their customers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you and the team put in. You know, it's an organisational wide commitment and an effort and an investment.
Definitely.
But we are experts in what we do in Centiq. And therefore, selecting Dell, selecting Microsoft Azure, selecting, you know, both the operating systems that are available,
and SAP,
and SAP, you know, being the platform of choice for organisations in running their ERP and running their entire business portfolio. You know, on this platform, on this configuration. You know, we are 21 years old as a business in Centiq, and that means a huge amount of expertise and experience is being gathered as a trusted advisor to very, you know, significant numbers of customers, household names in terms of what we do as part of a much broader, you know, functional delivery to many customers. But it's bringing those choices together. Yes, choice is constantly expanding, isn't it? But you know, we've created that expert focus on Microsoft Azure, on the operating systems, with Dell on the appliance portfolio. So actually we can identify a customer problem and a set of optimal solutions for the customer.
That's going to work for them and
really
what they
quickly.
need.
Take the advantage of, you know, the cloud technologies and the hybrid topologies, as we've talked about, and actually really shorten that enablement phase down to selection. Work with a partner to fulfill really quickly in terms of that, and actually get to the migration and the benefits realisation for a customer.
For the business, completely.
For
those who are watching who don't know a great deal about us,
indeed.
Do you want to just tell us a little bit more about Centiq?
I would love to. So, 21 years old, as I said, you know, a heritage of working in high available business critical application suites for those 21 years, from the NHS through to household names that we have today. A team of experts from the appliance and obviously the platform in Azure, the operating system, both in standalone configurations, cluster configurations, and any permutation thereof. in terms of HANA and the installation of HANA, certified consultants through our portfolio, through into highly available, minimal downtime configurations that we operate in HANA and SAP, legacy SAP, for the customers. So those teams of specialists are working together in the UK in terms of delivering those solutions, those value-added solutions for our customers. Absolute experts in automation. Yes. So this is about taking that customer experience, automating it to deliver a completely different operational model. And that's something that is shared across that hybrid, whether you're cloud, whatever percentage you are cloud, whether you're still on-prem. Very much looking at the customer need, the customer requirements, to actually say, look, the optimal solution for you as your trusted advisor here in Centiq looks like this, and this is how it evolves. So too many SAP environments are not agile enough.
No.
So what we bring in Centiq is that responsiveness, that agility that we are playing, combined with the expertise and the personal focus, great cultural alignment to all of our customers, being highly reactive in terms of... trusted. And we've got to earn that trust as Centiq. We know that constantly. But customers look to us for that expertise. What can we do here in this set of scenarios? What are the options? What works best for us? How do we minimise the downtime in making that change? How do we maintain and update SAP landscapes to minimise impact to the business? And again,
we're tooled to be able to answer all those questions, aren't we?
And that's our focus, right? And we're not shy to say we just want a narrow focus in terms of that expertise, because customers know when they come to us, that's what they get.
It's that depth, rather
strength
than
in depth across our portfolio of consultants. And that's really important. If we're going to deliver an outcome to the customer, we're going to deliver the best possible customer experience. That's what we've got to be focused on.
Completely. We've kind of touched a little bit on why Dell, and we've spoke about the roadmap a little bit. But do you want to give us a little bit more about your experience with Dell? Through your working career, you've worked with them a long time, you know a lot of the team. Just generally, really good partners to have on board.
They are, and I think that the cultural alignment is something that we should really emphasise here between the way in which Dell and their partner ecosystems work.
They see a real value in us as partners, don't they?
Absolutely, and they sit alongside Microsoft, and they sit alongside SUSE and IBM Red Hat in equal measure, as well as SAP and Waldorf. And I think it's that investment from them that gives us confidence to select them. We always get that consistency, that repeatability, that high quality that we can rely upon to build our solutions on top of it. We get clarity in roadmap, which is another really important aspect of the Dell relationship, and it's the openness. There's no sudden shocks, there's no sudden changes to that, and we can rely upon the ecosystem to maintain that through the life cycle, because focused on the customer experience, using all of this automation, yes, we can change and we can
adapt.
We can adapt and evolve that customer environment, but we're still reliant on that return on investment, and it's a big investment in the SAP landscapes, in terms of how that's going to support the business need and the changing business need. And above all, come back, we're responsive and we're agile, and it's about maintaining the most agile and responsive platform.
And they give us that platform to enable us to deliver that.
And they absolutely do. And they give us that consistency, and they support all of the aspects of service delivery and customer experience that we want to deliver and we need to rely upon.
Definitely. So Dell and SAP, again, friends over in Waldorf, as I'm sure many of the other vendors do.
Absolutely.
We'll talk a little bit about their portfolio specifically for SAP and how that all marries nicely in.
So we obviously have specific focus on SAP HANA, but the wider SAP portfolio. So SAP HANA is obviously the in-memory database that SAP will strategically move to in time. And the recent announcement is an extension for customers, that enables customers to consider their options. Now, they only want platform refresh now, so there's no issue in migrating to the later Dell technologies. And they're being reuse of that technology, even when they go to S4 in the future. But I think the SAP relationship, the proximity of Dell, means that we can test a lot of the configurations for customers, and those are constantly evolving. You know, the options within Azure for high availability or failover clustering or multi-region configurations also has to be extended for customers that want the hybrid options for customers to integrate the Dell technologies, and particularly data storage and replication. Those are the key features that we look at, and obviously they're key to maintaining a Dell and most importantly, SAP certified configurations. That's why that relationship, is so important to us, to understand those, to present to customers certified options that we know will work, that are highly supportive, deliver better outcomes over where the customer might be today.
And also, they have an SAP practice within Europe that
Absolutely.
we converse with regularly as part of the team. And we've got Andy Dibbons over here in the UK who helps us out as well. And that's important, isn't it? That we've got our niche, I guess, supported by a direct team within that vendor.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a direct relationship to the people in SAP that are testing and assuring those solutions, going through the certification programs. We can be talking to them to get a deeper understanding of some of the issues, and any technology as it evolves and change may present issues once we're in the field. So it's working through those problems, ensuring that those bugs or those updates are applied to customer environments to minimise any ambiguity, any impact to the...
And our relationship as well, precisely that point with the ACES team. Our pre-sales guys have been over to Europe to sit down with them, and we've done workshops, and we've, best practice sharing, all invaluable, not just to us, but to our customers as well.
It's customer experience again. It's shortcutting that consideration cycle, before we get to enablement and to select the options and move to fulfillment. Using and sharing that mind share, as you say, obviously going to the Dell conferences to understand how we work with those key people in the ACES team, to work closely with SAP and to work with what we're seeing as we move to different versions of the operating system and perhaps integrating those so they live in a sort of multi-version environments, as they often do with SAP. But it's how we evolve those, how we update those, how we feed back, so we can so obviously iterate.
And that feedback loop, again, we're engaged with these specialised teams and enabling that feedback loop from our customers or to us to Dell. I think they see a real value in as well.
And we love it. It's bi-directional. And I think that's one of the reasons we selected Dell, because of the power of that. They see that, they want that, and we want to feed that back. We all collectively have an investment to make this better and a better customer experience.
Definitely. And speaking of customer experience, takes us nicely on to our fulfillment partner.
Indeed.
We can't finish this without mentioning Tech Data. Long-standing relationship.
17 years.
Long time friends. They're massively important. They work in synergy with us constantly. We've got a great support team over there for Dell specifically. Great partner manager, great internal sales guy. But it's very important, isn't it? Once we've placed that PO, we need constant communication. We need to be able to answer customer questions on timescales, delivery, all this stuff.
Any customer making that decision wants to realise the benefits and the value as soon as possible. And for us, it's about actually we've placed the order for the optimal configuration on day one. Tech Data are working really hard with us to actually enable that fulfillment, to actually enable us as a services partner to receive the hardware as soon as possible, to do the pre-configuration, actually get the configuration for the customer, actually to the customer. Embed that within their environment. Again, Tech Data is there supporting all of that fulfillment process, and again integrated fully into the life cycle then in terms of the Dell maintenance services, the aftercare support that both Tech Data and indeed Dell and their partners actually give that customer and ourselves.
Definitely. I think from my point of view as well, got a massively successful relationship with Dell direct to vendor, but the Dell team within Tech Data, I mean, I'm lucky enough to be going to Vegas with them in May to Dell Technologies World, and giving us that opportunity as a distributor, our channel ultimately, is so important. They're giving us a worldwide stage to be able to go and share best practice, customer stories, all this stuff.
The customers that we've delivered in the last 6 months in professional services, in manufacturing, global retail.
Tell us a bit more about
global legal services.
Stories.
So it's sharing that and understanding actually how we make the customer experience better on the world stage, and it's actually having that global, and again SAP is a global platform, having that global focus. In terms of let's have this wider mind share. Many customer problems are very similar. Can we actually preempt some of these customer problems? How do we add more value ourselves? And actually having the pre-sale cycle identify those earlier and prevent them from any further level of business disruption, or indeed a smooth operation from fulfillment all the way through to managed service delivery.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys. I think that's all we've got time for today.
Thank you, Rebecca.
But thanks for watching. Thanks, Matt,
thanks
for all your insights.
Thanks for all your hard work, Rebecca. It's been a pleasure working with you. So.
Thank you.